whisper today, guys. Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
money.
Let's get to the
money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I will never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. Let's get to the motherfucking money then. So I'm first in the motherfucking line. Shout out to you guys. Smash the like on your way in. Welcome to the Balking Dead. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show's still sponsored by Prize Picks. And I can still give a fuck about the guys who go in here and leave comments about the way I speak or talk, guys. At the end of the day, I speak how I speak and talk how I talk because Pub Sports allows it. So shout out to fucking my boss Slaughter for not making me be like those hippies that wear ties and say the correct words you want and make you buy fucking packages at the end of the day. It is what it is, bud. Life's a bitch, then you marry one. So go on over to Prize Picks, guys. Use that promo code PubSports because Sharpie can rant at times. And use that promo code. Get yourself a match deposit on your first $100 deposit. Do us a favor. Do you a favor. And use that promo code. So shout out to the chat, guys. Without you, there ain't me. And we've been fucking the bookies, guys, at the end of the day. Now, there's sometimes I want to kick myself in the balls, but then there's sometimes I don't. And I made these rules to make these rules. And this morning, Gosman ran into these rules. Did I want to smash Gosman? Fuck yeah, I did. But it said not to. And he was rolling all the way up onto at least before this game started, that, okay, I thought, all right. Gosman's probably going to hit it, guys. But at the end of the day, if it fucking doesn't seem right, I've just got to let it go, and it's been good to me. Yes, it's not going to hit every fucking time. I get it. But learning how to say has been really good for that with withdrawal. So that's what we're about on this show, guys. We're about props. We're about breakdowns. We're about non-biased breakdowns, and we're about that black book. Well, today we got a little problem. There's only 2 guys in the black fucking book, so I still fucking broke down some K-prop guys. I still got into it, guys, but at the end of the day, I will not put my hard-earned money on guys not in my black book. But I know a lot of you guys don't give a fuck about that. You want my breakdowns on the guys that you were planning on betting. So let's get into the guys and get into the money. So before we do that, guys, we've got some live tennis going on right now. We've got Nadal going versus Tiafoe. Nadal is losing the first set 5-3. I know this is a fucking MLB prop show, but if you know me, I fuck tennis in the eye hole as well, guys, at the end of the day. And as soon as Nadal loses the first set, I will be jumping on Nadal live, baby. So let's get it. I had Tiafoe plus 2.5 first set and cashed that shit already. So I'm going to roll that right back on over there. So shout out to the chat, guys. Let's get it. I see you all up in here. Jacksonville, Zoe, Viper, Benjamin, fucking the crew. Rocco Rogers always up in here. LJ from Houston, Rizza. I don't even know if I've seen LJ's name. I just know he's going to pop the fuck in here because that dude be betting props like all of us do. So let's get to it, guys. I know you ain't here to hear me rant and rage. Tone fucking Miggins, you're my dude. You already know that. And let's get to it, guys. Jack Flaherty is the first pitcher we're going to talk about. Huh? Jack Flaherty? Yes, sir. Jack Flaherty was that fucking dude last year for those Cardinals, guys. And this could be a shot in the arm for him. And let's talk about him. I do not have any opening lines, so we're just going to talk about morning lines and then once again the line at the same. So this morning, Jack Flaherty opened up at 5+ at -104, and he got bet up to a -114 before the show. He's going versus the Nationals. Once again, there's no last 8 or 6 to compare to because he's only pitched a total of, I believe, 8.5 innings this year, guys. So not much to go on. So when we talk about his home road math, we are going to go back to last year. Last year's home road numbers, 9.5 K per 9 at home compared to 10 strikeouts per 9 on the road. And he dominates the right-handed side with an 11.1 K per 9 compared to 8.8 from the left-handed side. Lefties did hit a $195 off him last year, while righties hit a fucking 204. So this dude was elite and definitely didn't look like that dude when he came in this year for his first 2 starts. So he's been on the IL for most of the fucking year, guys, and you know my fucking rule. Rule number 1 in Sharpie's rule book is we're not betting guys off the IL unless your name's Justin Verlander or who? Mad fucking Max, guys. At the end of the day, they have proven numerous of times they're not coming into the big leagues just to fucking get their feet wet. They're going to get their kinks out in the minor leagues, and then they're ready to go in the majors. But Jack Flaherty, show me one fucking time, please, and thank you, that you're healthy so that I could bet on you again. When I run up these numbers, guys, they're not walking. 6%, 20% strikeout. That's really good, guys. And they are hitting the ball pretty well. 283 average with the 765 OPS and an ISO of 155. So everything here tells me rule number 1, I can't play a guy that's coming off the IL. And rule number 2, I don't play fucking guys on pitch counts, guys, at the end of the day. And this guy should not be going to pass around that 80+ pitch count for all that I could see. He went around 80, 85 in his last 2 starts in his minor league games. And usually, guys, they're not going to let you go past it, guys. Usually people, you'll hear them like, oh, he's ready for 15 more. No, that was the minor league, and there's stress innings involved in the major league, guys. So what I mean is all I want to see Jack Flaherty do is make his next start without any issues. And that, to me, tells me he's healthy and that he will be ready to be bet on. Projected lineups is 5 right-handed, 4 left-handed bats. So if you are on a strikeout prop, just don't go 2 balls deep, guys, knowing that the guy is on a fucking pitch count. That can murder you at times. But now we get to talk about another game, and I know a lot of you guys out there are from Canada and always want to know about Berrios and all them, and we're going to talk about Jose Berrios. And they didn't have a line out there yet, so I'm going to set this line at where I think they put it. So, yeah, we do this, guys, and watch it pop up pretty fucking close. All right, so let's talk about him. Over his last 8 games, he's averaging 5.1 strikeouts. Over his last 6, 4.5 strikeouts. To the number 6+, he has 7 wins and 3 losses over his last 10. So we got to take that into when we're going to go set this man's line. So when I set this man's line now, because of he's averaging 5.1 over his last 8 and how much he's hit that 6+, if it's 6+, it's going to be in that -150 to the -165 range. If not, it'll be at that 7+ at around that plus money, in my opinion. And that's where that line should be when they open it up, guys. And when I do his home road splits, and he is on the road here, he averages 2.1 strikeouts more per 9 at home. And like I said, he is on the road where he's averaging 7.1 K per 9. And this guy, 1 strikeout per inning, so 9 per 9 versus the right-handed side, and 7.5 versus the left-handed side. So there you go with my projection on it. It should be around that 6+ -150 to the -165 range, or a 7+ should be right around that +125 to +114 range, depending on how they want to do it. But at the end of the day, guys, I will never bet Berrios until I see a legit lineup. Projected lineup, 5 right-handed, 4 left-handed. This guy struggles putting away left-handed batters, guys, at the end of the day. And it's not just struggle striking them out. He allows a 296 batting average to the left-handed side and a whopping 270 to the right. Well, at least you strike out some righties at the end of the day, bro. But a 296 batting average and 7.5 K per 9 to the left-handed side, not nothing that I can be betting on blindly before I see a lineup. Now, you'll also see how he has a 2.1 K per 9 more at home than on the road. Well, where the fuck do they play at, guys? They play in Toronto, where what? They still have that COVID shit going on, and they still have rules. Out here in California, guys, I don't know what fucking COVID is anymore, guys. Like, I don't. We don't get tested. Kids go to school. It's fucking that shit's been gone. So sorry that you guys still got to deal with it. But at the end of the day, guys, math, I need the lineups before the math can tell me yes or no. The numbers say fuck yes. At the end of the day, he played this team back on June 15th. They were walking 7.7%, striking out at a 25% with a 202 average, 694 OPS, and a 212 ISO. They were crushing the ball ISO-wise, guys. And guess what? They're right around the same exact fucking numbers. They're walking 9%, a little bit better than league average, but nothing to like get too crazy and panic about. If I see that 10% walk rate, that's when you got to start thinking like, oh shit. You'll be surprised, guys. That walk percentage means more than that K percentage. You will miss your K percentage. You will miss your strikeout prop by 1, and the guy will have like the most walks he's ever had all year. And you'll bitch like, oh, man, no, dude, look at that walk percentage. They were walking 12.5%. I told you in the fucking numbers what he was going to go do out there, guys. And I learned the hard way by losing money. And at the end of the day, though, if you keep betting it, you're a jackass. Well, at least I just learned the hard way, and I'm no longer the jackass betting that part. So at the end of the day, guys, Berrios is strictly lineup dependable. He did face them when they were hitting fucking for some really good ISO, 212. They're at a 184 now. He went 7 innings, 3 earned runs with 8 Ks. Now, when I break down that lineup to what this lineup is, they're projecting 5 right-handed, 4 left-handed. He went up against 6 right-handed and 3 left-handed. So at the end of the day, that favored to what I would look to play in Berrios, especially versus the numbers that they're presenting at a 25.2 strikeout percent back then. So definitely everything added up back then. If they can give us 6 righties again, that's when we'll start talking, and depending on where the juice is at. Once again, this line wasn't out. I set it where I thought should be set and where the books will probably come out with it unless they know something, guys. And if they know something, wait for that lineup to be set and watch there be like 6, 7 lefties in that fucking lineup or something. So just be careful. Make sure you see that lineup and do know this guy is a different pitcher at home. ERA and KY strictly because, guys, they're not getting the best of the best. They're getting the Cardinals without Arenado Goldschmidt. They're getting the Red Sox without Story and that. It's like you're always missing a player or two except for the Yankees because the Yankees don't play that bullshit. The Yankees ain't playing that shit at the end of the day. You towing the fucking line or you gone. What you gonna do? And every dude got in line and said, all right there, boss, you go ahead and shoot me up with that COVID juice there now. You hear? So, let's get into this next guy, guys. And this is one guy that is in the black book. Those two were not, guys. I'm not going to bet guys in a black book, but I will break them down to my ability, guys. And that ability is what? The type of the ability that's going to fuck them bookies in the eyeholes. So let's keep this shit rolling. Already 50 live, 25 likes, guys. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. And let's get into Lance Lynn at these Mariners. But before I do, we got to say what up to the chat. I'm seeing people's names I've never seen in here. Gretson, what up, though, my guy? Thomas D, I see Benjamin Mills all the fucking time. Rob, what up, though? Yo, D's always fucking here. My guy Akbar's up in the fucking building. So the chat's got it cracking and going, guys. So you guys got it. Put your plays out there. Put your favorite money lines, your totals, or your props. One bet, guys, at the end of the day. I want to see best bets and see how good people are just pulling out one bet out of the day, guys. That's how we become better cappers, in my opinion. I know a lot of people may believe in the volume and that. I used to do it that way, guys. But at the end of the day, it's a lot more peaceful having one bet all fucking day. I mean, it might be psychotic. It sucks balls if you do lose that bet. But woo, when you win, you feel real good. So let's just keep this train rolling and talk about Lance Lynn. He opened up at 7+ plus 117. And his number's the same. He ain't getting no action. Prize Picks has him at a 6+, and that's at a -209, and his fantasy score is at a 31.5. Over his last 8 games, he's averaging 6.7 strikeouts, and he's a 50-50 10 to his last 10 games to that number 7+ strikeouts. So I get why they're offering you this plus money. And once again, it's Lance Lynn, and where he's in Seattle. And this is where, if you watch this show, you hear me talk about some crazy shit and theories and call it what you want. I call it what it is. And why is it like right-handed K props go to die in Seattle? Well, I didn't know. I know most of the time it's like, why? This guy lost. Okay, what's going on? Then I'm watching the Angel game one day, and Mike Trout is like hitting the best of any player in the history of baseball, and this is at fucking Seattle Stadium, guys. And Seattle has a huge ballpark. At the end of the day, it's ginormous. It's a pitcher's ballpark. It's a place that you shouldn't be hitting the way Mike Trout is hitting, even though Mike Trout is Mike Trout. You should go check out his numbers in Seattle, guys, at the end of the day. So I zoom out a Google Maps, and I'm like, what's up with Seattle's ballpark? Why is right-handed pitchers not getting the strikeouts they should be getting that the numbers say? Well, let me tell you guys, there's a big black fucking tarp out in left field that goes from center fucking field to the fucking foul pole line, guys. Just a ginormous black tarp. So if you don't hide the fucking ball well, that ball is so much easier picked up. Where if you go center field down the right pole, you're getting the fans, white t-shirts and shit, bro. You call me fucking crazy, go to Google, hit fucking Seattle Mariners map, pull it back, and you're going to see this ginormous black tarp that's going to come where the right-handed arm comes out of, guys. At the end of the day, call me fucking psychotic. I've been called worse, but that's what's going on in Seattle, in my opinion. So take that going into, does a guy hide the ball or not, guys? And that's going to tell you his home road K per 9 more often than not. Why does the guy average more home strikeouts than the road? Well, he has a white fucking jersey at home. Huh? The baseball's white. Probably a lot harder to pick up, where on a gray jersey, if you don't hide the ball, guys, they're picking that shit up, guys. So definitely pitch more than just fucking pitching. You need to hide. It's a lot of shit that goes on in pitching. So Lance Lynn does average 10.3 K per 9 at home compared to just 9 on the road. And he has problems versus lefties, guys. He's only striking out 8 lefties per 9 compared to 12.2 from the right-handed fucking side. So this guy definitely is put righties in, and that's when you really want to pull the trigger on him. And if he's at home and they're stacking righties, that's when you want to get dirty on the bitch. So projected lineup, though, is they're not dumb. They are projecting 5 left-handed bats, 4 right-handed bats. And it's not just that they don't strike out from the left-handed side, guys. They're hitting 260 from the left-handed side, where they're only hitting at a 234 from the right-handed side. Well, if you know anything about the Bulldog, Lance Lynn, we like betting on the Bulldog, guys. But this spot, the math needs a lineup before it comes out, but it's saying no with the 5 left-handed projected bats and being on the road. And the numbers don't say play it, in my opinion, other than the average. And I'm not just betting the average. Like, at the end of the day, I need the average down. I need the ISO down. I need that strikeout number up and the walks down for me to go full pull and smack these guys. At the end of the day, they are projected a bunch of lefties. And I'm just not going to run into that train right now. And like I was saying, we all know Lance Lynn. He missed a big part of the season, guys, and he used his first few games as like a fucking minor league, guys, and he got whopped on, guys. So pre-All-Star, post-All-Star, he threw 36 innings pre-All-Star. He threw 48 post-All-Star. This guy is back to being Lance fucking Lynn is what I'm getting at. Pre-All-Star, 7.50 ERA with an 8.7 K per 9. Post-All-Star, he's got a 2.61 ERA with a K per 9 of 10.5. So definitely if they load up them right-handed bats, it would be worth a shot to look at. But I don't play shots. I don't play ifs. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. I know it's 22, guys, but Sharpie don't play that. So, yeah, let's get into the last tree. And y'all know how I feel about Blake Snell, guys. I've been pretty spot on it with Blake Snell, and we've gotten to the point, as long as Sharpie doesn't bet on Blake Snell, just tends to happen the way he breaks it down, guys. So let's get into Blake Snell, the guy I'll never bet on because he quit on me, guys. And if you quit on me, like if you quit on the guys who bet on the MMA, and I bet on the MMA too, you know, you quit on me in a fight, bro. How can I ever bet on you? And this guy quit on me on the mound. At the end of the day, I'm not going to give you my sob story, but in Colorado, okay, at the end of the day, I am. But in Colorado, guys, he was 1 strikeout away from hitting my K-prop, and the guy got his panties in a bunch, must have found out he had pink on instead of blue, and walked 3 straight batters on 12 pitches while looking at the coach every pitch to take him out, guys. So at the end of the day, the guy does have bitch in him, and it is what it is. I just can't bet on that personally, but the dude does have legit shit. Let's be real, guys. The guy has some fucking elite level shit. And once again, pre-All-Star, post-All-Star, this man has figured something fucking out. Pre-All-Star, guys, Blake Snell was more like Blake Smell, guys. He was not so good. 5.22 ERA with an 11.9 K per nine. That was good, the K per nine. Now, post All-Star, he got a 2.3 ERA with that same 12.1 K per nine. So K.9, he's still striking people out. Now he ain't letting people score, guys. And this is the type of dude you want to bet on at this time. And so what? He got hit by Cleveland. We knew he was going to get hit by Cleveland. And a lot of you guys went and bet the under off of the breakdown. But let's get into Blake Snell. 7+ at -143 this morning, and now at a -167 before the show. Prize Picks has him at a 7 with his fantasy score at a 41.5. His 8+ is at a -102, and he's at 8+, 5 wins, 5 losses over his last 10. The issue to me, though, is that 7+ -143 that's taken some money. He's hit that at a 70% clip over his last 10, so he's averaging 7.25 strikeouts a game over his last 8. And they're going to give you something below his average at a -143, that probability doesn't tell me that adds up. So we need to dig into it a little deeper. And I don't think I need to dig into it a little deeper. At the end of the day, we've talked about it on this show. This is one of those teams, guys, that make really good contact. Now, can they go out there and strike out a boatload of times? You bet their ass they can, guys. Nobody's fucking perfect, but they have been murdering people's K props all fucking year. And they will get you to 2 strikes, and they just put the ball in play. They're like Cleveland. They're like St. Louis. They're like the Mets, guys. At the end of the day, they're one of those teams that will put the ball in play on 2 strikes and can murder your fucking lineup. So I can get why they dropped back that strikeout 1, on my opinion, and gave it that juice. So I'm not going to panic on it and tell you guys to run that this is a trap line. No, it's Arizona is what I'm going to say. And the books know about Arizona as well, too. We are late into the season. Well, I'm also going to tell you this. Played Arizona a few times last year, not being a back-to-back, guys, 13 and 10 strikeouts. Well, I don't think you can pay too much attention to what he did last year. They do have a new hitting coach this year, hence what I just talked about a few minutes ago or seconds ago. I don't know how baked I am, but I'm pretty sure it was just seconds. But at the end of the day, guys, they're just not one of those teams who are striking out. And when I go back through his game log, he played Cleveland. He got 4 strikeouts. He played the Mets. He had 5 strikeouts. And then he played the Cardinals where he only had 6 strikeouts. So at the end of the day, only one of those was post All-Star. And that was Cleveland, guys. And Cleveland fucking took him down to the porta potty, took his pants down, and gave him the old whirly round, guys. He got took into the bloodbath. And yeah, definitely can see it. So math to me says yes. When we break down Blake Snell's numbers, it's disgusting. 11.5 K per 9 at home, 12.6 on the road. Yes, he is at home, but 11.5 is fucking immaculate, guys. He does have a 4.25 ERA at home and a 3.38 on the road. But last year, if you want to look at that, he was only good at home. And then this year, and this year, it's been back and forth. But we're going to pay more attention to that post All-Star where that dude's just been immaculate. And 2.30 ERA is immaculate, sad to say. I don't like me Blake Snell, but I got to admit when a guy's been good. He strikes out lefties at an 11 K per 9 to right-handed batters at a 12.6. They are projected 5 right-handed bats, 4 left-handed bats. And they're going to be fucking smart if they just run a bunch of righties. I do not get why they would put lefties in there. If they do put that many lefties in there, that will favor his K prop that much more, in my opinion. Yes, I just told you he strikes out righties more than lefties, but the fact that lefties are hitting a $180 off of him compared to righties from a 245, that to me is going to give you 2 extra innings to hit that K prop, guys. That's going to project me to have him out there that much longer in the game because he's going to see that many lefties, guys. And even though you may not K lefties like you do righties, can't put all that into the math. You need to go look at some averages and be like, okay, so he'll be out there a little longer then. At the end of the day, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish, guys. And you just want to look at that box score and make sure it says fucking cash, guys. And everything tells me math says yes. When I look at these numbers, it says yes. The only thing in my stomach says, okay, well, Arizona, man, but Arizona shouldn't have numbers like this. When this guy goes up versus numbers like this with a K percentage of a 25% or higher, in his last month, this guy has 10, 10, and 7, and that's including a back-to-back and including one of these games. So, and including a game versus the Giants. So, at the end of the day, their numbers are 6.8 walk percent. Crap. They're striking out at a 25.4% clip. Crap. 228 average, 636 OPS, and an ISO of 114. Every fucking thing tells me this guy should go out there and have 7+ strikeouts today, other than I'm not going to fucking bet him because he's Blake Snell. But usually that's been really good for us on this show, guys. As long as I stay off of the breakdown, tends to go that way, guys. If I actually put my hard-earned money, it just don't go that way, guys. At the end of the day, Blake Snell's taken more money from me than my 3 baby moms, and that's a lot of money. So we're done donating to the Blake Snell experience. So let's get on to Tristan motherfucking McKenzie. Man, this kid's fucking beast. Opened up 6+ -150, 6+ -167. Now on Prize Picks, he's also at a 6 at that -167. And his fantasy score is at a 36.5 on Prize Picks. Now, is it a trap? And this is where people tried to come out last year and was like, oh, it's a trap. It's a trap. Tristan McKenzie's getting a 6. He's averaging 6.5. Like I said, guys, that's the prototype base of where you got to go. Then you got to dig into it, guys. At the end of the day, last week, he was 5 wins, 5 losses to that number 6. Well, what does that make him now? 6 wins, 4 losses. Wow, my math really got fucked up right there. But yeah, 6 wins, 4 losses to that number 6+ strikeouts over his last 10. So that's where I'm going to say you can back off that, oh, he's averaging 6.6 over his last 8. Well, it's not always about average, and that's fine. So I get it, guys. And they also 7+ is at a -103, where he's 5 wins, 5 losses to that number 7+ over his last 10. So everything in the number tells me yes. The -150 tells me yes. Tells me actually that's more than the probability of what they're saying that it's going to happen at this rate. And the books believe in this kid is that's what that's telling me. Where the juice should have been at a 135, 140, they were giving us a 150. So at the end of the day, they're going to add on where they know where it's at on, and they know this kid's been bet on by a lot of people, and they're going to pay attention to that shit. They haven't really changed his number, and they do know that this kid is going to hit his averages and not hit his averages. Well, this is where we get into pre and post All-Star again, and this guy's been beast all fucking year, 3.20 with a 3.16 postal ERA, so that's not an issue. The thing is his strikeouts have gone up almost a whole K/9 post All-Star, guys. So this guy's figuring out, and he's getting better and better. So let's talk about Tristan McKenzie, number 38 in the Black Book. Home averages 11.1 K/9 compared on the road, where he's at a 7.2. And lefties, he's dominating with a 10.1 strikeout per 9, where righties are getting him at a measly 8.9. So usually righties strike out righties more, guys. So when you see a guy who does dominate lefties, that's where we're getting at this spot of, oh man, Tristan McKenzie's been, last week with Seattle, they loaded up a bunch of lefties, and I believe he got it. I don't know if it was Seattle last week or the week before, but that was a spot to where you'd want to look at it. They are projecting 5 left-handed, 4 right-handed, and that will play into them. Not just that, lefties are hitting a $174 off this guy. They're not hitting him, and they're striking out, guys. And righties are at a measly 217, guys. Tristan McKenzie has been a beast all year, a solid number 2 to Justin Bieber. Ha, ha, ha. So I know I said Justin. He's Shane, but he's Justin Bieber on this show. Because I get my weed in California. Yeah, let's get to it. Tristan McKenzie, though, guys, at the end of the day, I'm going to stay off of him strictly because the numbers aren't telling me to run him. And if the lineup projects like 6 lefties out, then we can start talking. This is now going to be the second time he's going to play this team. He played them back on July 9th, where when I run the numbers up against, they're pretty much the same exact fucking team right now, guys, except at least by the numbers. Let's be real. They're the same team by the numbers, ISO, average, OPS, strikeout percentage, but they're not the same team at the end of the day. We know they traded a lot of their players away. So at the end of the day, he did go 6 innings, 0 earned runs with 4 strikeouts that day. And I totally see this guy getting his 6 strikeouts today, but at that -150 juice, where I have him projected for that 6 strikeouts with the way they have that lineup right now, I've got to just kick back and say pass. So at the end of the day, it's a pass, but if they decide to load up a bunch of lefties, at least one more than what they're even projecting, then I may get in with the outs split up with a strikeout full unit type bet, guys, because this guy's been going 18+ outs. The strikeouts are going to come with it. And I think that's how you got to attack him. I know, yes, you can bet just the strikeout props, but more often than not, this guy's been hitting his outs props to where at least you'll cover your ass if you don't hit that strikeout prop. So I'd always look to split up your bet with guys like him. This guy's a walking fucking quality start at the moment. And I know a lot of people are going to talk about rubber noodle and arms, and a guy's arm gets weak. That happens to people, but not everybody at the end of the day. If you just look at this guy's career box score in the MLB, you're going to be like, oh, man, he's already 30 innings past. It's time for him to fall off a cliff. I could name you a bunch of guys that haven't fallen off a cliff. Then I could name you a bunch of guys who have fallen off a cliff. And that's why it's usually a strict pass unless you show me otherwise. And right now, Tristan McKenzie is only pitched 10 innings more than he's pitched last year if you take in the minors, guys. Why don't you do a little math and take in minors with fucking MLB and then combine them together? Then you get your innings pitched. So at the end of the day, he's only 10 innings pitched more than where he was at last year. He has shown no signs of slowing down. This guy's shown signs of getting better. So if you got him early, I get it, but I'm going to wait on a lineup before I decide to pull the trigger on him. Then we get into the last game of the day, my game of the day, the Doyers. And man, Andrew Heaney's been pretty fucking good, actually. He's been really good. And I was mad when we signed him, and it's still hard for me to pull the trigger on this guy.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Yeah, so it is time for Dodger baseball. Let's talk about Andrew Heaney, guys. He opened up 7+ minus 126 this morning and is now at a minus 157 at that 7+. His 8+ was at a plus 108 and is still at that number. Never moved, stayed the same. Price Picks has him at a 6.5, whereas fantasy score is at a 33.5. Once again, he's not in the black book, so I won't bet guys that are not in the black book. But I'm going to give you a breakdown, and I'm going to tell you why I think he murders it, but I don't understand the 7. So let's just be real and be patient. So here we go, guys. This guy's numbers are disgusting. When I start doing math, it's like, holy fucking God, he's striking out everybody. So averaging 12.5 strikeouts per 9 at home, 15K per 9 on the road, 13.5, 13.7 from the left or right-handed side, whichever way you want to run your lineup. He has no problem striking you out. So load up lefties, load up righties, do whatever the fuck you want. He says, I'm going to strike you out, guys. And they are projecting 7 right-handed bats, 2 left-handed bats in this Giants lineup today. So let's get into it, guys. He's been everything and more than the Dodgers could have thought when they signed this man. Or maybe they just knew a lot more than me, because this guy's been immaculate. 7 games since coming off the IL, and he played San Francisco in one of those games. And he only went 74 pitches. 74 pitches, and this guy walked out there and put his nuts on the table. 4 innings, 1 earned run with 7 strikeouts, guys. And this is back on August 1st. And the numbers weren't that pretty back then. 8.8 walk percentage with a strikeout percentage of 24.7 and a 229 average and a 687 OPS with an ISO of a 152. So they were hitting the ball for the ISO pretty well. OPS average was trash. Walk percentage league average and strikeout percentage said play him right there. So everything would have said play him, and the guy went out and did the damn thing. So let's talk about him a little more. Now, he's gone 90 pitches his last 2 games out, so you can definitely expect, as long as he's seeing no trouble, 90 pitches. 90 pitches should get you about 6 innings, give or take, depending on if you run into some trouble. So take that into your bet. Should be on around the 90 pitch count. They should let him go to 95 if he's doing all right, but don't expect this guy to be like, here, bro, go out and deal. They'll pull this guy in a no-hitter at the end of the day. They're just not going to let him go. So let's get into it, guys. The numbers, the math says yes. The numbers say yes, because now we go into this. How are the Giants playing today, guys, versus lefties? They're striking out at a 26.2% clip. Hitting 240 average, 708 OPS with an ISO of 120, guys. So at the end of the day, he's played 3 teams with a strikeout percentage of 25% or more, and he's averaging 10, 10, and 7 in those spots. So I don't get why they put a 7+. 4 wins, 3 losses since coming off the IL to 7+, and being on pitch counts for a couple of those. He only went 75 pitches in the first 2 or 3 games, guys. So I don't know where they're getting their number at, but at the end of the day, you can't really go off of averages, in my opinion. And the one thing that I'm going to tell you to be careful with, and this is where I tell you where the walk percentage means more than the strikeout percentage, in my opinion. They're walking at a 13.4% clip right now. Now, that right there can be murder to anybody's K-prop, guys, at the end of the day. You walk a bunch of people, you cannot strike out a bunch of people. So at the end of the day, there is going to be some super volatility there, even though the strikeout numbers say go out and play him. He's done well in those strikeout percent numbers. He also hasn't gone up against a team walking at this stupid crazy rate at a 13% clip, while also striking out at a 26.2% clip. So usually doesn't go together when you get a team striking out that much, but that walk percentage is something real. So if you're going to bet Heaney today, I would say be very careful. Half unit bet him. Don't go full pull because that walk percentage is real. And he's definitely in a ladder type spot, though. If he doesn't walk people, guys, he should have that 10 spot, in my opinion, guys. But it all depends on that walks or not walk, personally. And that's same with Blake Snell. Blake Snell, in my opinion, other than me not getting that line too much, but I did break it down and I think I get it. But at the end of the day, we can't bet thinks. But Blake Snell's also in a good spot, in my opinion, even though Arizona doesn't strike out. But these numbers say he should go out there and deal at the end of the day. And his post all-star tells me he's going to deal. So I wouldn't be surprised if Blake Snell goes out there. I know I just backtracked 2 games, but lefty and lefties, guys. I don't know. Something about lefties. It's just, yes. K-props, yes. But once again, I don't bet guys in the black book. Guys, this was a super pass day today. I did 3 hours of breakdowns on K-props and wrote them all into a 30-minute breakdown for the show. And I strictly got no bet. But I also know what's going down tomorrow, guys. And I am going to have anywhere from $500 to $1,000. We may have a max play going down tomorrow, guys. So I give you breakdowns, and then I give you my bets. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to sell you like, this is what I'm on today, guys. So far, I've given out 2 fucking K-props for full units since we've started this September trip. And we are 2-0. We ain't lost yet. Shout out to El Dorado, my guy. I knew that was you before I fucking looked. I just wanted to make sure. I see this big old fucking flash on the side of the computer, and I already seen you in the fucking chat, my boy. And I know you that dude is getting to the money. That dude, though, you are that dude who be fucking dropping big dollars, guys. So I appreciate you more than you know. And, yeah, let's read this shit out. Doyers, SFD backs, cash my parlay. Florida State +4 on the parlay. Florida State money line. And can't win them all. Hashtag we be pubbing. No, my guy, you fucking deserve to win them all, bro. And I know you be betting real money with how much you donate just to pub sports in general. I appreciate all that you do for my show and every other fucking show here, bro. You are the fucking man without being said. Smash the like, guys, if you guys can, guys. Donations, likes, whatever you can do, guys. I don't ask for tips. I don't ask for money. I bet my own fucking plays, guys, at the end of the day. And I plan to fuck these bookies in the eye hole. Maybe I'll start asking for money once they stop letting me bet K-props. But until that day, I bet my own fucking plays, guys. So, yes, sir, we're going to hit a commercial. And, no, we ain't, because this game might start. We ain't got time for a commercial. What time's this Rocky game? Has it started yet? Because I'm going to be pissed. It starts in like 10 minutes, right? 15 minutes? Big Show, can I get a time on this Rockies game?
Yeah, I'm flipping through trying to find it.
Thank you.
4:10, so 20
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, we got time. Okay, cool. We're going to hit a commercial and get your books open because I'm going to tell you what I bet. We got a game that's going to start in 20 minutes, and I've got 2 bets. I've been waiting to pound fucking Adrian Hauser, guys. So let's get to this commercial.
That beat drop gets me every time, Sharpie.
Damn, I did miss Nadal minus 135, but we are at a minus 165 right now. Looks like Nadal's going to get broke by Tiafoe. He's fucking 1540 on his own serve. So maybe it's glad that we didn't miss it because, yeah, Nadal, what's going on, my friend? But we're looking like we're going to be able to get some little bit of plus money on him anyways, guys. So we'll get to it when we get to it. And let's get to these hitting props. Straight up, guys, if you tuned into this show last time, a few weeks back on this Adrian Hauser versus the Dodgers, this is what I preach about on the show. Listening to these games with the volume on, you can learn shit that you'll never fucking get from shows like this, from anything, guys. You can read, I don't know where they get this fucking information, but at the end of the day, let's talk about it. So let's get to the money. And let's talk about Adrian Hauser, guys. Left-handed hitters, balls in play are hitting at an over 340 batting average off this guy. I learned this versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates ran 8 lefties versus this guy and just fucking pounded him into oblivion, guys. So I heard him talking about it live on the radio that day, and I strapped up some live betting on their team totals, and we just ran it. Then when I seen him come off the IL and go versus the Dodgers, and I seen all the lefties in the Dodgers lineup, I went and attacked him again, guys, and we brutally beat him again. It's been almost 10 days since he's pitched, guys. He was projected to pitch against the Pirates 5 days ago. They knew that they couldn't do that to him. They know what I fucking know. So what is that? They couldn't let him go up against the Pirates in that all left-handed deep lineup. So this is what we're going to do now. They're going to let him pitch. There's only like 3 lefties out there, guys. So this does favor Adrian Hauser. So we're going to attack this son of a bitch, guys, with the first round pick of the Rockies in 2019 out of UCLA, Michael Toglia. He has a super high K percentage, guys, like disgustingly high, but it's absurdly high fucking walk percentage as well at a 12.1 walk percentage. So that means he's super disciplined and he's swinging for the fences. You don't rarely get that all in the same package, guys, at the end of the day. This guy had 30 bombs in the minors and 20 doubles to go with it this year. And in 21 plate appearances this year, what is he doing already for the Rockies? He's got 6 hits in 6 games with 3 doubles and a yopper in those 6 hits, guys. His OPS is about 900, and he's a switch hitter. I'm going to ride this switch hitter versus fucking Adrian Hauser, and I'm going to take his 2+ bases even money. And on Bovada, guys, I got his home run at plus 375. So I took that. It's Colorado. It's ridiculous. My boy Tone had a 240 on the BetMGM, so I was getting great value on that. I normally won't bet home run props, really, period, but I'm gonna fucking get in on some Mr. Toglia in fucking Colorado versus Hauser, guys. At the end of the day, this guy's a bum, and I'm going to attack him with some lefties. The other lefty I'm going to attack him with, guys, is Charlie Blackmon. I took his 2 hits plus 181, and I split it up with his hits, runs, RBIs, 3+ at even money, guys. We got Toglia hit right behind him. This guy gets us a double, triple, whatever. There's going to be people on base today. And we've got a mediocre bullpen with the Brewers, and we're in Colorado, guys. So I also like his 3+ bases at plus 200. That did see some action from me. I did play his 2+ hits at plus 181. So why wouldn't I throw it up to 3+ bases and give him that plus 200, guys? So I made me my own little bitty ladder. Shout out to Big Show. Shout out to my producer, but not as big as what he would run on him, but definitely love me some Charlie Blackmon in this spot. Then we're going to talk about one other spot, guys, and we talked about it last night, and we've been getting in on this where we can. This weather in California sucks donkey dick right now, period. It is fucking trash. We are 95+. It's fucking humid. It's no bueno. No matter where you're at right now, it's not fun. I don't know about how far up in San Francisco. We're going to say Southern Cal because I don't know what's going on up there. But yeah, let's talk about Southern Cal. We're going to go to Anaheim, where they say it's fucking Los Angeles of Anaheim, but it's just Orange County at the end of the day, guys. So let's go on over to Orange County, and we're going to talk about these Anaheim Angels. And let's get into it. They're throwing out a lefty, and you know what about these Tigers. If they can do anything, they can hit a lefty every now and then, guys. At the end of the day, like, they suck at hitting, I get it. And They're not going to hit every lefty, but I would say more than 50% of the time, these Tigers fucking rake lefties, guys. And we're going to get on this Tiger train of the ones that I know that hit lefties. And I got on Javier Baez, guys, over 1.5 plus 112. He's hitting lefties at a 308 average compared to 205 off of righties. His slugging goes up 250 fucking ticks to a 574 slugging, and his OPS goes up from a 583 from righties to an 841. This guy loves hitting lefties, gets himself a lefty today, and the weather's fucking trash right now. So definitely was looking at his home run prop too, but plus 350, yeah, I'm good. I'll take the over 1.5. And then if you know anything, you know I love me some fucking Haas. Eric Haas, guys, at the end of the day. I know I'm saying his name wrong. It's Haas, right? Big Show?
Haas.
He a Tiger fan. That's why I brought it up, guys. At the end of the day, he knows his team a lot better than how to pronounce their names than I do. And Eric Haas, guys, this year hasn't been what it was last year for him, but over the last few months, this dude started doing what he did, guys, last year, and that's fucking destroy left-handed fucking pitching, guys. So definitely took his over 1.5 as well at plus 139. And I started noticing a while back when I run that Javier Baez that Jose was cashing before Baez, guys. So you're going to give me plus 139 on his over 1.5, and his home run was at a plus 300. It didn't make no sense compared to Javi's was plus 112 for the over 1.5, and his home run was plus 350. So I don't get it. You're telling me you think he hits a home run, but you're going to damn near give me plus 140 for his fucking over 1.5. Whatever. I don't need to be greedy. Thank you, baby. And sign me the fuck up. Jose's average has gone up from a 213 pre-All-Star to a 263 All-Star. And like I said, guys, this guy's just been hitting since then, guys, and just had a really bad start to the year. And that can happen for some young guys. And this is his second year in the league, and at least he's starting to figure it back out. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate you all. Smash the damn likes if you haven't. We went through 6K prop breakdowns today. I don't have a fucking bet. I'm not here to give you fucking sell you some bullshit and tell you I'm betting this, and that. And I'm not betting it. At the end of the day, I'm here to give you out my bets if I bet it tomorrow. If they give me the right number on Jacob deGrom, that will be the max bet of the year, guys. Like, no lie. This is where we go out, and we go out with a bang on these motherfuckers, guys. So don't fuck me and give me some bullshit ass below his average number. And try not to have Sharpie bet him. And yeah, this is a cakewalk spot for our man Jacob DeGoat going up versus these Pittsburgh Pirates, guys. It's all in the numbers that this man should just go out there and get us a nice 12-pack of soda and call it a day. And just go out. Give me a 10.5, please. I know that sounds psychotic. Give me a 10.5 tomorrow. Please. Please. See you guys tomorrow.